outfielders right now is starting to become a jam a little bit. And the prospects are just not worth the price range for San Francisco. I just already know, because San Francisco are looking to buy or trying to get better prospects than just Yardel Vargas and Tyler Ramirez. These are not game-changing prospects, and they at least want a mid-level prospect in the deal if they're going to give up Sam Dyson. And that's the same going with Will Smith. That's the same going with Bumgarner. That's the same going with Tony Watson, Pablo Sandoval, blah, blah, blah. You can just keep adding onto the names of lists that the Giants would probably let go of. Now, the second trade, this person sent in another trade with the Giants. I don't know. I think he's a Giants and A's fan. So so that started, this back-to-back trades with San Francisco, started making more sense when he said, he liked both the Giants and the A's. Will Smith for Grossman, Noisy, and Vargas. Now, I'm expecting, or I'm feeling, these are separate trades. In case you can't get Dyson, this is the other piece that he would want to get. Will Smith is definitely someone that I would like. And I think the A's messed up big time last year when they didn't acquire him, when he was let go, when he was available, because they would have got him for cheap. Because San Francisco basically got him for nothing. And that was probably the smartest move that San Francisco has made in a quite long time, because it's been just perfect for them. He's expected to bring in a big haul. He's expected to bring in some pieces that can help out the team for the future. And Will Smith has just been lights out for these San Francisco Giants. Now, does these return seem like enough? No, it doesn't. I think it deserves way more. They don't want Grossman. I already said that before. Vargas, it's kind of like a 50-50 prospect. Noisy is probably the most consistent one that they would get. I think he will fill in Sheldon Noisy's, no, not Sheldon Noisy's, Pablo Sandoval's, position that he's at in San Francisco, because they're looking to deal him anyways. And that brings in a bat to San Francisco. They need a guy that can hit all over the field, and Noisy is definitely that. He is a hitter. He's a hitter first type player. He's pretty good in defense. We saw a little bit of him in spring training. Is a little more natural in third base, but third base is covered by Longoria, and I don't think they are going to find any suitors that would want to take Longoria, to be honest with you, because most of the contending teams have their third baseman already. And if they're going to move Longoria, most likely it might be during the offseason, because I don't think nobody would want a third baseman like Longoria on their team, especially for the contract that he's had. But Noisy can play first. He can play third. He could play second. He's had experience playing second. Those are some positions that I've already taken. Brandon Belt, first base. Longoria, like I said, third base. Second base, I feel like there's somebody, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. But probably second base would be the safest bet if I would have to guess on it. But Will Smith would definitely need a better return package. So I'm just answering those first two trades that was recommended to me, and those are the only ones that I've gotten. Or the three, because I went to the Mike Leake one too. But let's go back to the series coming up. Now, today is the firework night, so anybody who goes to the firework night for today's game, have fun. And enjoy a 50-41 Oakland team. The White Sox coming in third. They are not too shabby. Not too shabby whatsoever. They let go of Yonder Alonso. Alonso just signed a minor league deal with the Colorado Rockies. And right now, they look like a different Chicago White Sox team hitting-wise. They just transitioned everything, and it looks a little different. Giolito, hopefully we're not facing Giolito. That's basically their star pitcher. He's finally breaking now, and he started off really slow for the White Sox in his first year, broke out, and now he was an all-star this year. But I think I highly doubt that they would put Giolito out there. But Ivan Noah is pitching today. He's been struggling a bit. Another pitcher that's going to face against this is Reynaldo Lopez. Gives up a lot of homers as well. So the A's can probably benefit from facing the White Sox the first game, because this pitching staff has been known for giving up a lot of homers. Can the A's match them up pitching-wise? I don't know. I don't know if the pitching is going to just lose rhythm just because of that break. This is why I kind of hate the All-Star weekend, because it's really giving when you see your player being an All-Star, but it starts taking the joy away when your players start getting into a slump because they were on fire or they were just feeling it, and then out of nowhere they stop, and then rhythms and routine just starts dying, and who knows, So it's a little love-hate type thing. Now, we're going to start with the questions that people have sent us. There were some questions that were sent to me as well. Other than trade ideas, we did get questions. And Alvarez _52. These people are not anonymous. So he asked, how can the A's make the playoffs, and also trade suggestions. Now, what I think the A's do need, obviously pitching, whether it be starting and relief type pitchers. And I think I personally would probably continue to use the experiment left fielder, the little the split time left fielder spot, giving Grossman that playing time, Canna or Pinder and left field. I'll just continue that. Piscotty is currently in right field. Not right field. He's hurt at the moment. But he's expected to be back soon, probably next week. I would, if I had to think about it, next week would probably be the ideal, whether it be the middle of the week or the end of the week. So he probably will return in that Minnesota series, somewhere in that. So right now there's a lot of playing time for Canna, for Grossman, and Jerkson Profar, surprisingly, because he has been getting benched at second base. And since Barreto has taken over second, I really want to give him a proper try at second to see what we have in Barreto. Now, so position-wise, if I would have to move someone, or if I would have to need something, or want someone to come in at anything, I would want a permanent left fielder. A permanent left fielder, in my terms, is a left fielder that's going to be the everyday left fielder. We cannot be a contending team if we are going to just keep tuning these guys. Now, center field is Ramon Laureano's spot. Right field, Piscotty has that. And backup, bench, whatever, you can give either Canna or Pinder that spot. They already have that settled in. But I don't see enough of Pinder, and I don't see enough of Canna to be permanent left fielders. I do not see it. I do not see it whatsoever, because they're just too valuable as a versatile player, But a left fielder would probably need to get everyday at-bats, so you would have to give up one of these players, and that's the only way I would need, we would succeed if we do give away these players, or get rid of these players. Grossman has to go. Either one of the two, or one of the three, Martini, Canna, or Chad Pinder have to go in a trade for pitching or something, because it's just starting to become a logjam. You could put in Sky Bolt or Dustin Fowler in that too, by the way, because it's just a lot of outfielders that are doing something. You can consider this for Profar too. Profar, what is he with the A's now is a big question mark. Now the little things are starting to switch. The little idea of Profar being the starting second baseman, we tried that for a good chunk of the first half, just didn't work. Switch hitter, didn't work. Player with multiple positions, he's not going to bench Chapman at third, because that is probably Profar's best position at third base. If you would have to give him a defensive position, second would be Marcus Semien. Those two are in the verge of getting some Golden Glove recognition for this season as well. So you're not going to move those two. The next spot would probably be first base. just because he has experience being a first baseman as well, you're not going to bench Oli. Second base would probably be the only thing. So Barreto starts slowing down. I don't know if they're going to keep Profar in the picture or keep him in right now to see what he can do, or to see what Barreto can do. If the Barreto thing doesn't work out, then have Profar come back in. No, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. So I would say trade him right now, just because I know Pinder can play second base in case Barreto doesn't work out, or you can call in Jorge Mateo and keep on experimenting. This is just one of those things that I would need. Now, if we're going to get starting pitching or a reliever, I would want controllable starting pitchers or relievers. I do not want rentals. Rentals would probably be the last option that I would have, but I do have some in my fake trades that I have came up with. But just I would prefer to have these guys for more years than just being a 1-year rental and then we're back to square one next year, because injuries can happen. We know we just got shot with the injury bug this last season with Tommy John surgeries, Sean Manaea having his fair share of injuries as well. But Chris Bassett just came back from injury before the season. Luzardo, injury prone, in my opinion. AJ Puck, injury prone. Just a lot of injuries can happen. You need controllable options and good options that can probably give you a good amount of innings, So let's go with the first one that I have. Now I did make a lineup, an adjusted lineup. After I do, or after I'm finished with all these trade ideas that I have, I will most definitely go with the lineup overall. But there are some of these fake trades that I'm not including in my lineup. They're just ideas that can probably work too, but it wouldn't be my first suggestion. Now, the who should we trade for question was from N Alvarez _52 and also athletics.dugout also did ask me that question as well. Now, the first one that I would probably experiment with, this is just an experiment. If you don't want to go for someone that's a serious bullpen piece, but can probably help out and probably do good later on, would probably be Sam Cavillio from the Toronto Blue Jays. Why would I want Sam Cavillio? Just because he has both experiment with the starting rotation and the bullpen part of it. He has a 4.20 ERA, 60 innings pitched, 13 home runs, which is kind of worrisome, 4.79 FIP, and 9 batters walked. Now, what I think of Cavillio, though, he would fit in here in Oakland because he won't be used as much, only to go multiple innings. And that's the guy that you would probably trust because Petit, just putting Petit and everything in that, I don't know how that's going to work in the long term with injuries, but so far he's been answering well given that role. But, I mean, this is just to give Petit a bit of a break, another option. The 13 homers are worrisome. 60 innings pitched and 13 home runs is a lot of home runs being given up. And that's just something that I think is just going to be the only thing that we're worried about if we get Sam Cavillio. But the return for Toronto would be Yardel Vargas and Jorge Ruiz. Ruiz has excelled well so far in Midland. In the first couple of games that he's pitched in the minor leagues, as he got promoted to Nashville, he started going down again. And then he just recently got demoted back to Midland. Now, Jorge Ruiz does have a lot of upside as well. He can be a starter, he can be a reliever, but right now they're experimenting as a reliever. I think that's a good piece for Cavillio. Just in my opinion, if I had to go for a good low risk, high reward type player, if I was another team, Jorge Ruiz would probably be that underrated prospect that can probably turn things around in a year. And once he figures things out, he can be pretty good. Now, the Toronto Blue Jays are looking to trade too. So I'm basically attacking the teams that are probably going to be sellers at the deadline. We all know Marcus Stroman is available. We all know Ken Giles is expected to leave as well. And the position players, I'm not really too familiar with the position players that are available for this season, but we know pitching is probably going to be left for Toronto. Now, the Toronto Blue Jays